Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Coffee Time, mates. Let's make this a quick one. It's Monday. I look at the Daily Mail website, the news. I've not looked at the news this morning, so here we go. First story up. There's some. Again, it's a bit of a non-story. The Prince and Princess of Wales released like a Mother's Day photo of Kate. And then there was a pull notice. There was a kill notice put out by all the news wires, Reuters and AFP and PA and Getty Images, because the picture had been digitally edited. Oh my god! Now again, this is just an utter non-story. I don't know why anyone's even covering it, and it all comes down to I'm just trying to. Have they got the bit that is? Yeah, you can see here. Look, the sleeve of Charlotte's hand, of her hand and the sleeve of her jumper. Look, it's been edited. Oh my god! And yeah, of course, there are many theories, conspiracy theories why this happened to Kate's photo, because Kate has been out of the public scene. She was having surgery, and we all know that she'd been replaced by Paul McCartney. I believe. I think that's the official line. But anyway, the princess herself has apologised, claiming that she edited the photo. And everyone's saying they're saying that experts are warning that the public would now question if health updates can be trusted. Um, Look, probably what it was probably a bogey on Charlotte's sleeve. You know, she probably wiped her nose on her sleeve, and then Kate went, "Oh God, I can't put that out." It's a nice picture, but look. And this is the thing. In the old days, taking a photo was an art. You got Lord Lichfield in to do it. That was taken by well, let's just say show the whole photo. Here you go. This was taken by Willie himself. It's taken by Prince Willie. And yeah, and it's after the fact you look at it and go, oh, we can fix that. And everyone uses Photoshop. I mean, there's another bit. There's another bit of photo I can see just looking at there. Look, see there by his knee. Look at that. It goes, and there's something going on there. But look, we already know. Did you see the hidden message there? He's got his fingers crossed. Which one's that? Is that Louis? Is it? I know I'm confused. They all look the same, don't they? But he's got his fingers crossed. So that means we know that they are actually lizard people waiting to take us over and eat our brains. I think so. Uh, what else was there? Not a lot. Pretty grim stories. There was the Oscars overnight. We did quite well. The Brits did quite well with that hack Christopher Nolan winning, with Oppenheimer and Cillian Murphy winning. It was. I mean, no, he's not British. He's Irish, but we can claim him for one of ours, can't we? Or is that a bit political? But no, it's over this side of the pond rather than the other side of the pond. And it was, yeah, it was all right. It was. I watched it because it was on early. It was on earlier for once. They've actually broken down. Oh, wait a minute. They've broken down the 16 Photoshop issues. Look at that. My goodness. Look at that. Look. Look. Oh dear. So that's the top story. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on. It's a lot of Oscar stuff. There's a lot of Oscar stuff. And a lot of Oscar stuff. I shouldn't have bothered. I shouldn't have bothered. Oh, here we go. Here's a story. Apparently, the English language doesn't exist. This comes as quite a shock to many of us. But yeah, Bernard Cerquiglini, who's a linguistics professor from Lyon, points out that the English language uses thousands of words taken from French about 1,000 years ago. See, here we go. Here we go. It's the bleeding French, isn't it? Yeah, French linguists has controversially claimed that the English language doesn't exist and it's just badly pronounced French. Well, if he wasn't French himself, I may listen to his argument. But yeah, he claims, here he is. He's feeling really pleased with himself. He went, ho. What's that? We've lost the French contingent. They weren't watching anyway. And anyway, they're just badly spoken English speakers, aren't they? The French, technically, if we use his logic. So yeah, he's an advisor to President Macron. He's already slammed the continued use of English words in the French culture. You know, it's true. Did you know that there is no French word for croissant in the French language? Did you know that? In fact, we gave them that word. The same as weekend. They have to call it le weekend now. See? Shocking. But yeah, there's no... Here are some English words with French origins. Accuse. Bacon. They're taking our bacon away. Crime, coward, duty, enemy, mushroom, surrender, people, chivalry, toast, gin, porridge, tennis, beef, boeuf, roast beef. Roast beef, that's what they call us in France, don't they? Call us roast beef. I quite like that name. Majesty, pudding, fashion, vintage and wicket. There's also a lot of German words that we've adopted too. All of our languages are, again, the etymology, I think that's the right word, of language moves that way. It moves eastwards from the west to the east across Europe, I believe, and slightly from the south upwards, but it's mainly that kind of angle. So yeah, it's plus we were invaded by the French, so we're going to get a lot of French words. But yeah, mushroom is from the old normal word moucheron. Moucheron. There you go. So even mushroom doesn't belong to us. They've got champignon. Mon petit champignon. So there you go. English doesn't exist. I'm glad we've established that. What are we speaking then? Bad French. So what else? Oh God, this is a shame. This is a shame that this story is behind the paywall. One of my testicles is bigger than the other. Should I be worried? How big? That's what I want to know. How big? It says, I have a problem with an enlarged testicle. It gives me no pain or symptoms, but my GP believes it's due to fluid. What is the cause and remedy? We'll never know. But they've got, I don't know if you noticed, they've got a picture of someone cradling two eggs, one larger than the other. Huevos. Isn't it huevos? Or am I just mangling? Isn't that Spanish for egg? Anyway. Oh, here's some good news. This is good news. This is the story of Martin Ball. Here he is. The former teacher, 89-year-old. Right? He used to teach at the was it Dulwich College as a music teacher a long time ago, but he was recently found guilty of abusing two pupils during piano lessons. Don't worry, they found him dead a day after being found guilty. So there's always an upside. There's always a silver lining. And here's a picture of Dulwich College. Remember, the only good paedophile is a dead paedophile. Remember that. Oh, what's that? We've lost all the pedos. They weren't watching. They're watching this. Whoa, there's a twist. Political news. Lee Anderson, he was I thought he was suspended, wasn't he, from the Tory party because he said that what did he say? Mayor Khan was influenced by extremists, and I think that's what he was getting at, and that London's no go area. Well, if you're of the Jewish extraction, you can't tend to go out at the weekends in London because of the various protests that are going on. But there will be people saying that no, you're wrong, Darren. That's wrong. But that's what they're saying. That's what I've heard people say on the radio and whatnot and on the internet. But anyway, Lee Anderson, he was a Tory. Now he's not. He's moved over to Reform UK, and so now Reform UK has an MP and has a Parliament. Wow, by the back door. Now, really, there should be a by-election because if he's crossing the floor like that, his constituents didn't vote for him to be in the Reform Party. So, really, there should be a by-election, shouldn't there, on the back of this? But there probably won't be. But yeah, he said he will not apologise for the comments he's made, and he claimed that Islamists had got out of control. Got control of Sadiq Khan. He said, I found myself suspended for speaking my mind, and I'm speaking on behalf of millions of people up and down the country who agree with me. For them, that's unpalatable. It's a shocker. But yeah, I cannot be a part of an organisation which stifles free speech, and many of my colleagues in that place in the Conservative Party do back me on this privately. Yeah, but it's free speech and there's incendiary speech. There's a way of framing this, you know. And again, people have the right to protest, but some of those protesting, it gets a little bit heated, and and if you don't go along with them, if you don't wave their flag, it can get very, very heavy, because we live in a very reactionary time, and we should be able to protest peacefully without people feeling aggrieved and abused. So I think he kind of expressed himself completely wrong. But anyway, he's a Tory, so it doesn't matter. He's part of Reform now. How utterly bizarre. But this is one of the weird things about a political system. He should push for a by-election to see if his constituents still want him. But he has warned Dishi Rishi that more defections will happen before the election. Wow, that's political news for you. Oh, can't do that. Can't do that story. Lots of Oscar stories. Lots of Oscar stories. There you go. Trying to get to the bottom. There we go. Can we do that? Court news. There's a little bit of a court news here. This is the story of Tajlina Islam, right? And she is suing her mother and brother over the family's £2.6 million fortune. She claims her parents ploughed their inherited stash of gold and jewels into their building property empire. Oh, this is a murky one. She says her mother and father, Mohammed and Sultana Islam, used gold coins, family treasures and heirlooms gifted to her by relatives and grandparents as a child in creating their London-based property fortune. But after the death of her psychiatrist even, sorry, I had a sore eye, got sore eyes at the moment. In 2017, Tajlina is now fighting a 76-year-old mum and brother, Rahit, in the High Court over who owns a string of valuable properties in the capital. It's going to be a hard one to prove this. She claims the contribution of her inherited Asian gold, and we've got Asian gold in the old speeches. And now again, in Asian culture, gold and jewelry is gifted between families, marriage. Gold in that is very important. It's very important to them. It's part of their culture, and again passed down through generations. And I guess she's probably gone. Where is it? Where's it all gone? Her mother and brother say the properties belong to them, and brand the claims about gold and jewel stash as a work of fiction, and accused Tajlina of being prone to melodrama and lies. And here she is. Here is Miss Islam going to court. Now, I think they're doing her dirty. I think they're doing her dirty, right? And here's the brother, right? Because culturally there would be jewelry for her, but maybe not. But yeah. So yeah, the father, Mohammed, died in 2017, and then there was a feud within the family with Sultana Islam, who was frail, unwell, and bitterly mourning the loss of her husband, claiming her daughter threw her out of the home. Now, whereas Tajina denies the allegation, and now the row is in the High Court after she's launched a claim for 50% in the family's properties in East London. The properties were bought using her name, interesting twist, alongside her parents, and she claims they used her Asian gold jewellery and coins gifted to her by relatives of a child and £150,000 of inherited money to start building up the property portfolio. Well, there you go. So we're going to have to keep our eyes out for that one. The judge is expected to reserve his ruling on the case. Again, they're pointing fingers, saying she's been opportunistic. She's saying da-da-da-da. Whether or not they can document all this is interesting, but as the properties are in her name, she must have a legal claim to this, surely. Surely. Oh dear. What have we got? Pothole news. Hey, our local newsletter's got a pothole watch now. I think they're copying me. I'm very disturbed by this arrangement. Everything Epping Forest, they've got a pothole watch. That's my gig. Anyway, we're going to watch it in Somerset. Better watch it. But Sheila Nichols, right, has complained about the potholes, and here she is with one of the said holes. Again, we love a good pothole story here. But local council, this is Somerset Council, has insisted that the street is a public right of way, right? So therefore, she's responsible for the upkeep of the lane. So yeah, they're telling, now this is the kicker. They're telling a 101-year-old woman to fill in the potholes herself. Yeah, apparently the street that she's on is branded the most pothole road in England with a whopping 21 potholes. More than 2 people have been hospitalised after tripping over, according to locals. And they say that the potholes look like craters. And here they are. Here are some of the. Here are locals posing with said potholes. Hands in pockets, no arms folded. But I do like the rapper pose. It went like a pair of rappers from the late 80s, aren't they? I'm surprised they're not throwing gang signs. I mean, I wouldn't mess with this bunch. Somerset Town Council should get down there and sort it out. I wouldn't mess with them. But yeah, they're saying that is a private road rather than council responsibility. And that the matter is complex. And that's the problem with those little side roads. Oh, there's some really good, there's some good pothole pictures here, So yeah, they're stuck. No one is going to fix them. They have to do it themselves. Meanwhile, a 2022 petition signed by residents of the 10 properties affected by the holes urged the council to strip the road completely and resurface it, as opposed to just filling in the piles individually. But they say it's not us. They say that the lane is a public right of way and not a public road. So tough cheese. Can't do that one. Right. Let's do some crime news. And again, one of the big issues at the moment is keyless cars, and thieves can target keyless cars and have their way without even accessing the key fob. They can clone them, and it's become a real problem. And here is some CCTV footage of one said car being stolen. Look, he's in, and he's crashing through the gates, and he's out. Yeah, they was unlocking a Bentley Bentayga. It's worth £169,000. And this is more court news, as we've got 4 crims who stole cars worth more than £3.7 million. And this included Range Rovers, Rolls Royces, and Bentleys. And yeah, they've been jailed. And have we got a picture of them? Yeah, they look like criminals. They look like criminals. They all admitted charges of conspiracy to steal and conspiracy to acquire criminal property, and were sentenced collectively to 12.5 years behind bars. So divide 12 by 4, and yeah, it's not a lot, is it? It's not a lot. It's shocking. Should have got 12 years each. Detective Constable Matt Earl said the thefts acting out of pure greed. He said this was a large-scale investigation that made possible by the hard work and dedication of the Serious and Organised Crime Unit, as well as the support and collaboration of others neighbouring police forces. The level of criminality these 4 people undertook was significant and had a huge financial impact. These men acted out of pure greed and had no regard for how their crimes may affect the lives of their victims. But there you go. More, they need flogging. Flog them. What else have we got? Oh, good news. Joseph Fritzl is going to be staying in prison. He's not coming out. Thank God for that. Meanwhile, on a 737 flight from Sydney to Auckland, they hit some turbulence. There's a little bit of footage here. It's not a great deal. It's a bit shaky. But the plane hit the worst turbulence imaginable on, when was it? It said Monday night, so that'd be Australian time, and it left 50 people injured. I don't know if there's actually any better footage. They said there's one of the passengers was thrown to the ceiling. And passengers were saying it was like something from The Exorcist. As many as 50 people were injured during the incident. Blimey. Stay at home, folks. Stay at home. Don't. The thing about turbulence is there's not a lot you can do about it. We've had a few bumpy rides, but strap yourself in. That's all you can do. Oh God! Even more Oscar news. This is ridiculous. Of course, the star of the Oscars was Messi the collie. Now, should we just make this our animal story and end? I think so, because I'm just going to have a little look at the little see if there's any more stories. Because no, no. What we got here? Here's one of the gym stories. Let's have a look. Nah, that's not worth doing. I should really have checked the stories before I came on. Ah, here we go. Let's go back in time. I've got an animal story lined up. It's an Oscar animal story, but we're going to go back in time. Archaeologists have discovered the earliest evidence of body perforation. Yeah. The analysis shows that adults had piercings, suggesting that this was a prehistoric tradition that may have been a coming of age ritual. This comes from Ankara University. They've unearthed more than 100 ornaments that were buried in the graves of 11,000-year-old individuals in Bonkula Tala archaeological site in Turkey. So yeah, these are 11,000 years old, and again, it doesn't look like much, but you know, this is what they've discovered, and they reckon that yeah, they had a bit of ad. There he is, and their lip possibly pierced. Again, these are just hypotheticals. That could have been in the top of the lobe, you know, at the top of the ear. We don't know. They're just guessing. They're just guessing. So there you go. And yeah, these ornaments are made from limestone, obsidian, or river pebbles. And this is where they're found in relation to the skull. So again, that's why they reckon it's a lip one, because they're guessing in relation to where the skull has fallen. These items have fallen. So there you go, 11,000 years. But when they discovered the Otzi, the guy in the ice, he had tattoos, didn't he? So yeah, body modification. Excuse me. Is a thing from the oldie days. There you go. But you still want to let your kids get tattoos or go for body modification. Let's go up the A14. Oh, near Newmarket and Exning Village. All right. And what was happening? Well, I don't want to stop there. Petrol station was on fire. Yeah, plume of black smoke could be seen. There was disruption to the A142 road as the BP petrol station caught fire. That's not good, is it? That's not good. That's not good. Anyway, we'll finish now with the star of the Oscars. This is Messi the dog. He's a collie. He's a 7-year-old collie from France, and he's in the film Anatomy of a Fall. Here he is, and he's a gorgeous looking chap. So I guess that's him on the set. And here he is at the Oscars, because the film was up for awards. And you're probably wondering why? Because he took part in one of the great little skits there. It's just, again, it's a little visual gag, right? Yeah, he's applauding, and it was enough to get Ryan Gosling to go, yeah, look, the dog's applauding. So there you go. I thought it was funny. So there you go. So And there's a still. I think that's the thumbnail for for today's video. So there you go. Good old Missy the collie. And yeah, we do have one here, but she's not as talented. She's not as talented as that chap. Our one just she's just staring at the space. She's just she's another world. Hey, I can see you. Yeah, so she look around there. There you go. So that's a bit of dog cam for you. So we see if there's anyone in the chat. I doubt it. Oh, 11 people in. Blimey. Oz is in. He says, here we go. Andrew says, I'm good. I'm in. Good. Good day. I'm in. Good day. Sacre bleu. Indeed. And Oz says, English is a Germanic language. Lots of French words added on. Exactly. Maybe there's a lot of German. There's some other European strands in there as well. I mean, there's a lot going on. So it's a hybrid language. But trust the French to try and claim it as their own. They just want to be like us. They just want to be, but they can't be because they're French. And runs in. This is hi there, Clive. And Andrew wanted dog cam. You got dog cam. 13 people in there. It's almost that's a party. Should we say it's a party? Remember to like and subscribe and share this video. So I went a bit YouTubey then. Went a bit YouTubey there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that dollop of news. Sorry, the dog coughed over there. And we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is killing the channel one video at a time. You know you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta!